Pastor David Ballard. I'd like to welcome you to another segment of Bethel's Bread. Today we're going to talk in the book of Daniel about being 10 times better for Jesus Christ. In Daniel chapter 1, and we're going to look at verse 20, the Bible says, "And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm." This is speaking of four men, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, and generally we know them as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but their given names were Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, and these men were very, very wise. They had a lot of understanding, and the king at this time held them above 10 times better than all the wise men, all the astrologers, all those that were in all of his kingdom. He held them 10 times better. I wonder what made them that way. You look in verse 8 of Daniel chapter 1, Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Daniel did not want to take part in worldliness. He did not want to take part in what the king had to offer. Spiritually speaking, you could say, look, if you can pull yourself out of the world and you can pull yourself out and rely on the meat from the King of Kings, not the meat from the king of this world, it would make you way, way better off. They were fed with pulse, which is some beans type of thing, and water, and they looked at themselves, and later on they found themselves to be, a whole lot better off than the meat that the king gave. Do yourself a favor and pull yourself out of the world. Pull yourself out of the things that the world would give to you. What God has to offer is so much better than anything the world has to offer. There may be things in the world that you deem as good. There may be things in the world that you would deem as beneficial, but it will never be as good as the things that God has for us. Remember that if we want to be 10 times better, we've got to live with a purpose, and that purpose is to keep ourselves in the things of God instead of the things of the world. They purposed to stay out of the world and not defile themselves with the king's meat. They held out of that, and that helped them to be better. I want you also to notice later on, verse 17, as for these four children, God gave them knowledge and skill and all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in visions and dreams. I want you to understand something. They gave credit to God for what they had. Sometimes I think we miss that. There's a lot of smart folks out there. There's a lot of folks that have intelligence that's beyond belief. Would you be willing to say, God gave you that wisdom. God gave you that understanding. God gave you that intelligence, that ability to discern. Give God the credit where credit is due. All things that are good come from him. Be willing to say, you know what, it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with God. That'll help us out tremendously. You want to be 10 times better? Give God the credit. You want to be 10 times better? Stay out of the world. You want to be 10 times better? Go ahead and eat from the Lord's table. Go in and see what he has for you. Enjoy the Lord. I'm going to tell you, it's the greatest life you could ever live. You want to live a life that's better? Live a life that's for Jesus Christ. I dare you. I dare you to try him out for a while. I dare you to try out the things of God for a while. Oh, the devil's going to fight you. The world's going to fight you. They're going to want you to come back. But understand this. If you try him out, you're going to find out that the world's going to look at you as 10 times better. How much better off will you really be? Oh, it's a wonderful life to live for Jesus Christ. I would to God that you would just go ahead and let him have your life today, because it's always so much better than anything else the world has to offer. This is David Ballard. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed today's segment of Bethel's Bread. God bless you. You have a great day.